The reason I made this is that I had a friend once in college who told me that Shakespeare made no sense. And I thought, this cannot stand. So I started writing a translation of one of his monologues using more modern language. Now, this isn't a word for word thing. You can't do that to poetry and have it come out beautiful on the other end, and Shakespeare's plays are poetry all the way through. I never actually read this to my friend, but I had fun trying to make it more understandable to a modern ear without losing the energy and emotion that makes Shakespeare so good. I'm not going to pretend mine are on the same level. I mean, he is the bard of Avon, but I had fun and I wanted to share it. This is Leo from Much Ado About Nothing, Act 5, Scene 1. This is after everything goes to hell for his family and someone has the audacity to tell him that it's going to be okay. I'll start with Shakespeare's version for reference. I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls into my ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give me not counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Measure his woe the length and breadth of mine, and let it answer every strain for strain, as thus for thus, and such a grief for such. In every lineament, branch, shape, and form, if such a one will smile and stroke his beard, bid sorrow wag, cry when he should groan, patch grief with proverbs, make misfortune drunk with candle wasters, bring him yet to me, and of him I will gather patience. But there is no such man, for brother, men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion, which before would give perceptible medicine to rage, fetter strong madness in a silken thread, charm ache with air and agony with words. No, 'tis all man's office to speak patience to those that wring under the load of sorrow, but no man's virtue nor sufficiency to be so moral when he shall endure the like himself. Therefore give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement. And then this is my interpretation. Oh my God, shut up! Your advice is worse than useless, so shut up! Nobody gets to try and comfort me unless they've been through what I've been through. Why don't you bring me a father that loved his child as much as I did, who loved her more than anything and lost her, so his love is overcome with grief, and tell him to tell me that I should be patient. Make sure his grief is as deep as mine and as wide as mine, and make sure every detail of his pain is the same as mine. If this man also smiles condescendingly and tells me to calm down when he should be crying and raging too, if he uses trite words and cliches and wastes time like you do, then despite all of that, I will listen to him and be patient. But he doesn't exist. People can say that time and patience will make my grief go away when they've never felt like this. But if they do feel my pain, they'll change their tune and be just as angry as I am. You cannot heal anger with lectures, and you cannot hold back insanity with spider webs. Air cannot heal pain, and words cannot cure suffering. Everyone thinks it's their job to tell people who are hurting that they just have to give it time and stop being sad, but no one can stand those same words when they actually have to feel what it's like, so just stop talking. My sorrow is too loud for me to hear your bullshit, overused advice. So there you have it. I wasn't sure if I should do mine or Shakespeare's first, but in the end, I figured people can rewatch the Shakespeare part after mine if they want to hear it again with context. I just couldn't bring myself not to put the bard first. If you think he meant something different than what I've said, please write and film your own. I would love to see it. No two actors are going to interpret any script the same way, especially one so poetic.